What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we're going to be talking about a strategy that we are about to implement ourselves as well as other people are implementing, and it has to do with the New Year growth plan that is going on in the game. Of course, this is going to be a way you have to spend money, but in reality, I think you're only spending like 35 to 40% of the normal rate it would cost you to buy an A- hero from the auction house, buying Starry gems, all that fun stuff. And sometimes it's easier converting these new prism gems across multiple accounts than one account. So if you do find something you really like, it's kind of easier. Of course, you're gonna have to spend on all the accounts that you're doing this strategy on. So let's go over it, let's talk about it, because I think we might be going after an A- Vesa as well, just for future star expeditions and all this other fun nonsense. I know, once you buy one, feels good, you want to buy more. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Hit that subscribe button and let's jump right in and talk about the strategy. So let's talk about the strategy that's going around. The New Year growth plan. As you guys know, as you go through and do your dailies, you'll be getting these types of rewards. If for some reason you're not even that active on the account and you need to use gems, you can purchase the kind of progression that you've missed out on. And this strategy really involves completely passing by this middle tier. We don't really care about the gems or anything like that because these are on accounts we don't care about. What we do care about is this $50 pack at the end here that gives you 200 prism starry gems every single day, and there's a total of 20 of them, so you have a grand total of 4,000 prism starry gems at the rate of $50. Well, that's actually really good. 4,000 for that much. If you actually come over to the mall here, you can get 2,500 for 100, and you're coming away with 4,000. Yeah, that's a really good rate. I actually wonder what the savings of that is. So if we go up to what, like 5,000? 5,000 here would be like $200. And if we added another, I mean, it would be 50. I mean, even if you bought like this plus the package there, you're still coming out to the same amount as 200, and that's only $100. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount of savings. You know, we can actually figure out exactly. So 4,000 divided by $50, or do I have to do it the other way around? $50 divided by 4,000 means 0.01 per dollar. No, I'm doing this math so bad. Let's go back the other way. 44,000 divided by 50. So you're getting 80 of these per dollar then. Yeah, that's the way we want to do the math. 80 per dollar. I mean, you get 100 for 5. So you're basically at 20 to 30% of the rate, which is actually pretty nuts. Right? It's pretty disgusting how many prism starry gems you can get this from this account. But if you only do this on one account, 4,000 doesn't buy you much in the auction house. If we come over here and we take a look at the auction market and we just want A tier hero copies, even like the random heroes, like for tenants and stuff, are still in a pretty big range here. We do it from like this order here. You can see most of the heroes you're kind of wanting are in like the 50th thousand range. I mean, even if we just go for like any Transcendence hero, I'll even show you this, and then we'll change the buyout from lowest in 4 seconds. You'll be able to see that there's actually like some of them very inexpensive. So if you're going for the less than popular heroes, you can snag them for 20,000 or less. If you are wanting to go for like the more damage dealer oriented, like even Chia, it's a little bit higher up there. Jara a little higher, Aspen even higher up, and then eventually you'll come down probably to like, I mean, you got Vesas here. I don't even know when you're going to see the first Mockman or Vulcan, because they're still very pricey. You'd have to do this across a lot of accounts, and then you would be spending a lot more money. Yeah, you're just not even seeing any of them in here. So if we take all these other heroes off the list and just take a look at the 2 main damage dealers, they're still like 45,000. So you'd have to do this across like 10 accounts. But again, at least if you get like 20-ish now, it might make it easier to purchase one down the road in the future. Because essentially what we are going to do, And actually, we're not even going to do it on our own account. We have one of our viewer accounts that they've done the dailies across all of them, and they have a decent amount of transferring. We'll be able to do it over the course of a certain period of time. But what you need to do, of course, is on your alt account. So you guys notice I'm not on my main account here. So this is just one example I could use. We would want to purchase number one, this right here, this package for 50, and go through and do all the daily stuff. And at the same time, when you're doing this, you need to make sure you have an account that at least has a decent credit rating, not super high, but at least like 400 a day. That way you can be transferring that into Starry gems on a daily basis, and you can slowly build up and save up your Starry gems. Because remember, you cannot transfer Prism Starry gems. You can only transfer Starry gems. You can't transfer contract Starry gems. And then you need to be able to gift it. Well, remember, you also need to have the senior privilege card active to unlock it. So in reality, it's not as cheap as $50. You're gonna have to subscribe for the $15, the 1 month period here on your other account. So it's gonna be $65 in total instead of 50. That does make it a little less of value, but if it's an account you're also just playing on casually, I mean, these types of benefits will help you out in the long run. Honestly, I don't even think I have the senior privilege card on my main account anymore. I just don't. I probably should, mainly for this 15% down here, but it's like I just forget to renew it all the time. So between the $15 here, and again, these prices might be slightly different depending on the region you're in and all that fun stuff, but between that, you should be able to do this. Now, if you do 5 different accounts, that's kind of what I was thinking of doing with one of our viewer accounts, is literally just purchasing on their account and then transferring them over to me or something like that, sending them, gifting them Starry gems. Yeah, that's a possibility. You just have to be, of course, on Android or iOS. It doesn't matter, because when you are gifting them to your account, you can pick anybody in any of these 2 regions, whether iOS or Google Play. You can't transfer to Amazon servers. You can't transfer to TapTap, all these other things. Those are not possible. But there is one little hidden timer as well with this. You can, of course, only gift them once every what? I don't even know if it actually says it here, does it? Yeah, you can only gift Starry gems from an account every 7 days. That's not a problem, though, because you're going to be doing this across different accounts, so it doesn't really matter. But receiving accounts, one thing they don't say here is if you, someone told me if you are receiving it, you can only receive 1 Starry gem gift a day. So if you're doing this across 4 accounts, 5 accounts, 7 accounts, you need to stagger them across the days. So don't worry about bothering and looking at the current heroes on the auction house. This is going to take you a while to accumulate all these resources, but if you start now, you might get a good head start on this. And literally, it's what, 60% off, 70% off of an A tier hero. So if you really are in the hunt for something like that, this is the strategy. This is going to be the most cost-effective way. Even from what I hear about the black market auction house, most people say you only get like you pay like a 70% rate. So like, if you're buying from like people, and again, it's sketchy too, because you don't know if they're reliable or not. If you're buying 2,500, you'd be spending $70 to someone for them to send you 2,500. So this is much better, much safer, better way to do this. It's just hands down the way you got to do it. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Hopefully a strategy might be something for those spenders out there that want to get a very discounted A copy. It is going to require multiple accounts and some time and patience to convert all those Prism gems, but you can get them at a really good rate. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time.